Hello, my name is Zilla, and recently I put out a video talking all about Lolita headwear. After putting that out, I decided I wanted to kind of put the same kind of love towards bags because those are also very important. But there's like so many variations of bags, so it's like really hard to just do like a general favorites. So instead what I thought I would do is rank all the bags that I currently have. And to make it easier for myself, I even made a little tier list. So for tier F, it's pretty much going to be unusable. Tier E, I decided to list it as being fragile, probably to the point where it might be a little bit uncomfortable to wear. Tier D, I put it as being unpractical. Tier C, I labeled as stuff that was just in general hard to cord or just limited with cording options. And tier B was good, and tier A, perfect. So after making this, I started wondering, like, if I have anything that's lower than a C, is there a point in me really keeping it? But the answer for now at least is actually yes, because I do put them all to use, with the exception of one, which is the first bag. So I have this here in a box, and I've had it for maybe 2 years. I'm honestly not sure. Does it have a date on it? Since June 2019, I have had this bag in this box. What's in here is essentially an AP bag. I had purchased a big group of socks. It was all together, and it just so happened to come with this bag. I wanted to like fall all over the place. What we have here is a crumbly mess, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but you can't touch this without getting a bunch of just fragments of fabric and stuff all over the place. So basically I was gonna take this, I was gonna remove all like the faux leather and essentially repaint it, but and that's why this is my F bag, because it is currently unusable. That was my deep dark secret hidden in my closet. You've seen it now. It's out in the open, okay? I have this thing in a box in my closet. And now that I've let it out, I kind of feel a little bit lighter now. But now that that's out of the way, I'm just gonna start pulling bags and putting them in their own little sections. So first off, we have this Alice and the Pirates clock bag, which I absolutely adore, but I already know that this is gonna be either a tier C or a tier D, because clearly I'm a sweet Lolita. I don't really have a lot of stuff in my wardrobe that will match with this. And also because of the size, I think if this lid part was just like taken away and it were this size, then it would be probably really good. But I think tier D. These tiers are not for like, is it beautiful or not, because there's gonna be a couple of ones in the lower tiers that are like A+ as far as looks go. But for me, this is just, it's not practical. Another tier D is this Usakumya little bunny bag. I actually got this for a really good deal. It was on sale because the straps were missing. This thing I bought from Amazon for like $7. But as you can see, you remove this and it's a little bit time consuming if your fingers are weak. And you know, it's deep, but there's just not a lot. You can't stick your hand in there. I don't even think I could fit my phone in here because it's like wide here, but it's very narrow around the base of the head. This is purely aesthetics, which is fine, but also because of that, that's why it is tier D. So this 2 Alice Bear is actually a much better example. There's still not a lot of room in here, but I can actually fit my wallet in here. My wallet, my phone, and that's about it. The issue is that these colors are so specific that it makes it hard to cord, which is why this is tier C. So next is this Angelic Pretty Bag, which is not made of that fake leather, melty, disintegrating stuff. This is a very hard plastic. I've showed this bag before. It's one of my favorites, which is why it is obviously tier A. It's roomy, and somebody in the last video that I did where I did show this, they brought it to my attention. I wish I remembered their username, but it has these 2 little dudes on the side, which means you can attach a strap if you want. So this bag is my little briefcase. It is Angelic Pretty, and this is an Alice themed. Yeah, I think they worked with Disney for this. And I love this because you can hold it by hand, but it also comes with these 4 things, so you can wear it as a backpack or, you know, just sitting clothing at your waist side. Now, this thing was in really good condition when I got it, but I think having it sit in my room, like held up by the knobs, kind of weakened it. I don't know, maybe it was like the sun hitting it as well. The fabric on the strap is definitely wearing off, so even though this is actually one of my favorite bags, I feel that it is also very fragile. And aesthetically, I love wearing this with my normal clothing, and I would more often if I weren't afraid of ruining it. So this is tier E. This right here, right off the bat, also tier E. I got this, you could tell that it was getting quite old, but overall it was still together. I think what happened with this one is that I actually use this one quite a bit because it's a very good size. Everything that I need fits right in here. It's not like a hand holder, so it's very comfy. And overall, this matches a lot of my stuff. So of course it's gonna get a lot of use, but it's old, so it's just falling apart on me, which is why it also gets a tier E. This little guy has popped up before. I got this off of DressLink, which if those of you don't remember, DressLink used to be kind of like Shein before Shein became Shein. And this I think was $5. But even though it's not actually Lolita, it matches quite a bit of my stuff, and the material it's made with, although cheap, has not yet fallen apart on me. And this bitch has gotten so much use because I wear it with my normal stuff too. Like this dude, that's like cardboard in there, I think, but it's still put together, same shape. I'm sure this is a knockoff for some kind of, you know, fancy brand, but I don't care. I don't care. This $5 bag from some drop shipping website is like in so much better condition after I don't even know how many years I've had this, longer than I've been wearing Lolita. So, you know, I'm gonna give it that solid tier B. Next is this AP bag, and it looks like the straps have been eaten by a dog. This was in actually very good condition when I first bought it. Again, the material is just disintegrating on me. It's all over my dress now. So I'm gonna hold it here. It's fragile to the point where it is in fact unusable. I can't wear it without getting it all over my outfit. So that where we have another tier F, I guess. So next up is this, I think, Toy Dream little tote bag, and originally I wasn't even planning to keep this. I had just completely forgotten that I had it. But I actually don't like wearing tote bags with my Lolita. However, I did find out that this is great for shipping stuff. So if I'm like selling items and I have to carry them around and they won't fit in my bag, I can just put them in here, and it's super cozy, super light. It's convenient for non-Lolita stuff. So for me, it's a solid B. So next I want to talk about this rainbow alpaca bag that I got from, I believe it was the 99-cent store. He is a backpack, so you can only wear him the one way. He is also pretty much kid size. He also has room for a phone and a wallet, and that's pretty much it. So he's on par with my 2 Alice Bear. That being said, I don't wear him as much as the 2 Alice Bear. He is very bright and attention grabbing. He's got tape on his butt, I'm sorry. I think ultimately I'm gonna give him tier D because it is a very tight fit. I may add like extra straps at some point. So my last animal bag is this cow. I think I got this from Miss Candyholic. I actually recently wore this to the zoo. This dude has a lot of room. I was able to fit my phone in here, my wallet, my full-size wallet, in addition to my camera, my DSLR. Now I do have a smaller one, so that would explain why, but yeah, I got those in there. I got some hand sanitizer and a little baby tripod. This girl can take quite a bit. More than anything, I would love to get a cow Lolita dress. I mean, if you've seen anything on my channel, you see the moo. It's my favorite thing ever. I'm obsessed with cows. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this a C because 1, it's adorable. 2, it is actually practical to use. It's just that it's hard to afford with my actual Lolita dresses. So next is this Loris bag. It is a yellow, cute, like a gift wrapped. This is made with that really good, like, plasticky material. It is a little bit hard to open because it is shaped like a star. You have to have it sticking upwards, that's all. I'm gonna go ahead and give this tier A because really there's nothing wrong about this bag. So we're gonna take a look at this other star-shaped bag that I have. Unlike the other one, this one is made of like a soft, leathery material, kind of like shoes, but it's not falling apart on me like AP, so it gets points there. Now, opening the bag though is a struggle. Also, this fabric here feels rather thin, so I do get nervous about putting heavy stuff in there, which is why this is not a tier A for me. And I'm torn between like a tier B or a tier D because I do feel like it's a little bit unpractical. I'm gonna give it a tier D. I think I would only wear this ultimately if I had like a really goldeny star look going on. So here is a very old AP bag that actually has the good plasticky material. I could toss this any which way and it would be fine. The only issue is it's red, so it's very limiting with my wardrobe, which is why I have to give it a tier C. Okay, so now we have this little heart bag, which I think is actually a knockoff from one of AP's dresses. I remember seeing this all the time on Taobao. I like the way that it sits at my side, but follows like the heart, the zipper does, so it makes it a little bit finicky when opening and closing. I will give it props though. This is one of the first bags that I ever got and it's still holding up true. I guess I'll give it tier B. It's good. So this little bag here, I'm fairly certain is from Swimmer. It's got my melody, but it's like this whole Alice in Wonderland theme. The little zipper thingy is a clock, which is so cute. Now this thing is actually really old as well. You can tell that this has been around for a while just because like the coloring is now off. It's also very fragile feeling, so when I do put this on, I do worry that it's just like gonna fall apart to bits, but it's still holding together so strong. So I'm so proud of it. I'm gonna give it a tier C for hard to cord. I know that it looks like a lot of my things ought to match this, but I don't think that's entirely true. Maybe I just haven't been quite as experimental with this because of the fact that it could fit better on me. But yeah, for now, I'm sticking to C. So we have another Loris bag. It's just a basic, simple purple heart. Doesn't seem flaky. It does have a dip in the heart where the zipper is, but it's very subtle. I like this size because it goes in and it can scrunch in so it's not sticking out. Whereas this heart is significantly thicker and it stays this way. You can't really scrunch it down without it popping back up. So this is a tier A for me because I can fit a bunch of stuff in there that I need. Thank you, Loris. I trust you and your bags very much. Here is a Swimmer bag that says Eat Me. I absolutely love this so much because the inside is like this marshmallow. It's like pink and then here's like the cookie part. There's another version that's like a round one instead of the heart shape. This was such a good deal that I got it and it's just so cute. It's a cookie. It's a big cookie. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this a B. Fairly heavy, surprisingly. It's heavier than any of my other bags. And yeah, if you're holding something, you're gonna want it to be lighter typically. So next up is this other little AP bag, which I absolutely love the design of. It's so simple, it's small, it's round, it matches a whole bunch of my stuff. In fact, it matches most of my wardrobe. The only issue is that it's falling apart now. Like the straps are it's breaking apart. It's made with that same cheap ass material. Why the fuck do you do this, AP? I would assume that like having been around for long enough, you would have bags long enough to know what works and what doesn't. And as soon as you find out that this shit falls apart, that would be your chance to change it. Maybe they finally have. I don't know, but there's no reason for this to be falling apart, but it is. And it pisses me off because it's cute and it goes with all of my stuff. And look at this heart buckle, it's adorable. Tier E, otherwise it would be tier A. Okay, so here we have another Loris bag. This is actually, I believe, the actual first Lolita bag that I ever got. I ordered it from Taobao when I was first becoming a Lolita. And so this dude is really old. Oh my god, I have a little bunny and a sheep in here. I don't know why. Maybe to help hold its shape. I don't know how long these have been in there. I'm gonna put them back in and probably forget about them because I haven't worn this bag in a while. This used to be my go-to for like my first year of Lolita. Yeah, for that reason, I'm gonna give it tier A because, I mean, at this point, you can definitely tell after like maybe 6 years, you could see there's some breakage. There are parts that are definitely chipping away, but for the most part, it's not just breaking on its own. It's not getting all over my dress. Yeah, even if it's old, tier A. So here we have another heart bag that's pink. This is AP and it is made with a softer leather, which again makes me very nervous. I feel like there's a time limit on this and I have no idea how long it might be. I would love to get more use out of it, but I'm like scared of using it, so I only use it very, very rarely. For now, I'm gonna give it tier B because overall it's a pretty good bag. It feels fragile, but it's not falling apart on me. And again, I don't know if that's because it needs a few more years before that happens, or if because this is in fact a newer AP bag, they upped their quality. We shall see in the years to come. So next is a basket bag from Baby, and this is A tier right off the bat. I don't have to think about it. Like, there's a lot of room in here for me to dump all kinds of good stuff. I could put like packages in here, I could bring my camera, I could bring snacks. Even though this doesn't match with like my typical sweet AP stuff, I still have a lot of things that can work with this. And I also often use this with my normal wardrobe. It's very cute, it's simple, it goes with a bunch of stuff, it fits, and it's not fragile. Like, maybe at some point it'll start falling apart, but I've used it quite a bit since I first got it and it still seems to be in great condition. So this heart bag, honestly, I can't really say much about it aside from it's very heavy and it's very tough. I bought this secondhand on Lace Market for my classic stuff. And so when I was first wearing Lolita, it was either this one or this one, depending on if I was wearing sweet or classic. Look at this fabric in there. It's like cherries and stuff. But yeah, this kind of like, it's like a faux leather material, more similar to like bags that I've gotten at Forever 21 for work and stuff. I'm gonna give it a tier A because it's just so handy. It's cute. It can go with a whole bunch of stuff, including my, again, if it can fit into my normie wardrobe, it definitely gives it like, puts it higher in my tier list. So yeah, the only downside is that it's heavy. Otherwise, this dude is like undestructible. So I think finally I'm down to the last bag, which is the most expensive bag that I have, which is this cotton candy feet one. I was hoping that the blue would be a little bit more like a vibrant, more like baby blue, but this is definitely softer, a little bit more muted. I'm okay with that. It is in fact very big. It's huge, it's humongous. The little handle for the zipper is a little bit small. Sometimes it gets caught in the little strap thing here because these can't be pushed this way, they only go up, and so it will get caught in there sometimes. I feel like I often have to go digging to open or close it because it is so small. It's inconvenient, but once you have a good hold on it, it opens and closes so easily. And then it's just filled with like all this others. I haven't even gotten around to using these extra accessories. Like, if you're watching this, likely you've already seen, there's so many reviews on this bag and all the different variations that you can wear this because it's a backpack, it's like a side bag, it's a handheld. Up until this point, I've only held it by hand, so these just are in here. It's very roomy, and I feel like even though it's made of a softer material, it's a good material. Like, it's not scratched up at all. It's made so well, and I love the fact that you can just snap these off and rearrange it to be however you want it to be. The only downside to this is that it's just so big. Now, if you're wearing this as a backpack, that is great. This is an excellent size for a small little, you know, backpack. As a purse, however, this is a little bit much. But yeah, again, there's like two little baby cons to this. Otherwise, it's like perfect, and just I don't know. I feel like this is a luxury item that I'm holding. I'm gonna give it that tier A because having this makes me feel rich, like a real Lolita. Anyway, so those are all my bags. I hope. with the boxed exception. They've all pretty much served me pretty well. The ones that I can't wear anymore because they're falling apart, I'm like really sad about. I guess what I can do is I can get like a sealer and put it like all over and see how that works. But yeah, I've just been really careful about how I've been storing them ever since moving here. But anyway, if you're watching this and you happen to be a Lolita and you want to rip off this idea, please feel free to. I love seeing what other people use for their Lolita wardrobe because it's always like so varied. Anyway, I'm just gonna go ahead and go. Thank you so much for watching if you watched, and I will see you next time. Bye!